Continuing on with our video, we're going to start looking at putting our kind of wheel arches in, just to try and add a wee bit more detail. And again, as I say, our car's okay, very simple to begin with. We can put a wee bit more detail later on if we wanted to, or we can do again to make it a wee bit simpler if we're finding using Inventor more difficult by picking a more square shaped car. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch on my front drawing of my object, of my car. I'm then going to just project the geometry, and what that does is it traces the outside shape of the car. I'm then going to use the 3-point arc tool and then just put in roughly where I think or where I want my wheel arches to be. So maybe one there and one here. Now you may find it easier if, depending on your car, to actually dimension it. So we can see this is 16mm, let's just round it down to 15. Oh. Try that one more time for the beginning. So, a 3-point arc tool. Let's make it 25mm long, press enter, and then pull up and let's make it, I don't know, say 13mm big. So 25 and 13 is my two magic numbers I've just picked out of there. Just what I think looks proportionate. So 25, enter, pull up, 13, enter. So we've got two of them the exact same that are dimensions. So it's the first time I've used dimensions within this object. So I'm then going to finish my sketch, choose to extrude, click my two areas I want to cut, have a look at a nice isometric pictorial view of it, choose to cut the objects to a depth, let's see something that looks again proportionate. Now we're currently still on our extrude mode. I want to choose the subtract option. Again, just be careful, Inventor tends to call it cut, whereas in SQA exams you have to refer to it as a subtract. Something like that, so starting to cut into the wheel arch. There we go. Something dead simple, straightforward, nothing too difficult. And again, I could change those sizes if I wanted to. So what I'm then going to do is I am then going to replicate this wheel arch shape on the other side by using the mirror command. So to do that, I firstly need to explore my origin folder and find a work plane which cuts my drawing directly down the middle. So this one's above it, that's wrong. This one's the front, which is wrong, and I'd be using this one here. Now, as you can see, this one is actually on the far left-hand side of it. So I need to actually know the thickness of my model to then offset this work plane. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to right-click and turn this visibility on. And if you can remember from the beginning, I made the width of my car 60mm. So I'm going to choose plane, and I'm going to offset my work plane by 30mm. And then tick that button there. So I've now got a work plane that goes right down through the middle of the car. What that then allows me to do is it allows me to use this command here, which is the mirror command. So I can then choose my extrusions, my kind of wheel arches. Now, two ways of picking that. Again, I can either pick the actual part here, or I can choose this extrusion over here. Choose the mirror plane tool, which is obviously the plane right down the middle I've just made visible. Press OK, and what that has done to save me having to redraw them is apply that exact same cut to the other side of my car. Our final stage in this is to put our wheels on this. So again, start a sketch, and I'm going to do it inside the wheel arch. Let's just draw a circle, and again we're going to just roughly guess this. It's the middle of it. So let's make this say 4mm. Now there's several ways of doing this. I could offset the object, but I'm just going to guess it. So 4mm, so I'm working with constant sizes. And the only thing I'm then going to do is I'm going to dimension from the bottom of my wheel arch to the centre of my circle. I'm going to say I want that to be 5mm. Centre and bottom, 5mm. That way they're perfectly in line with each other. I'm then going to finish that sketch and extrude it. Choose my circles. Have a wee look side on. Yep, I'm quite happy with that 5mm, quite like it. Maybe a wee bit more. Just add a wee bit of exaggeration to it. And that is that part done. So to finish off our wheel, what we're then going to do is start a sketch on the very end of our axle. Let's zoom out to see the full object again. Bring it down so we can see it. I'm then going to use this circle here and then just offset it to make my life easier. So I'm going to project that geometry there and there. That's traced objects. I'm then going to offset them, which allows me to create the same shape, but just either larger or smaller. Now I'm not going to size this, I'm just going to say something that looks, I think, proportionate, so I'm happy with that.